What's up, people of Earth? People of Earth. People of Earth.
Newsman, bluesman Buzz Kilman here, and this is the Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast.
We're not here for a long time. We're just here for a good time. Good time.
So hit it.
Welcome to the shit show.
Johnny B, motherfucking Buzz,
Welcome to the shit show.
Hi, the Rooster, the blues man, we got you, baby.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah.
There are no crazy people, Doctor. We're all just on vacation.
Are you? Are you on vacation? How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? That was Buzz. I'm Jonathan Brandmeier. I work here. Up in the sky, in the stream, unfiltered and free, like a little birdie. Thank you, Buzzy. Coming up is the real... Now, here's the thing here. Coming up is the real shit show. The real shit show. And you'll find out why when you're listening. Today, we will talk to the American president of all toilets. According to the Washington Post, people want to travel, but they're afraid of the bathrooms. They're afraid of the bathrooms.
With good reason.
Exactly right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we are live at 833-5JB Show, my question to you is, are you going out? Where, like right now, live, you know, this is a work in progress. We're recording a live podcast because we like to do it with you guys. We don't want the blame, as Buzz says. And we never know where we're going to pop up next, but this is live now. But I'm thinking that maybe people are outside playing. Are you outside? Where are you calling from? Who are you? When you dial 833-5JB Show, you'll get a ring. If you get on hold, I'll pick you up. What did I just eat?
What did you
I did.
eat?
I don't eat. I'm intermittent fasting, man. I never eat. Never.
I rarely eat.
No. But I did. Oh, I know what I had. I had greens, those athletic greens.
Uh-huh.
It's like a drink.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
It might give you trouble.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, but
Yeah.
it might.
No. Oh, I know what you're saying. No. But then it would really lead to a shit show. I'll tell you this. So are you going out? Are you out right now? Where are you calling from when you want to go out? Now, also within the show today, if you do not leave your house and you want to go around the world with a guy that we truly enjoyed, Phil Rosenthal, the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond. He has season 3 out of his Netflix documentary series, Somebody Feed Phil.
Somebody feed Phil.
Call Johnny B. 833-5JB Show. 833-552-7469.
Hello, please. You're on the line.
I will hang your ass up and cut you into cutlets like a filet mignon.
All right. Thank you for calling.
The Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast. This is the new not normal.
Yeah. Okay. So dial that up, 833-5JB Show. It is Saturday morning live and almost live, baby. Now, when I was working out the other day, I was listening to a mix I have going, I jump around to, and I hear Bob Dylan's Subterranean Homesick Blues.
Yeah.
And I say, that's a good song. And it starts out with, Johnny's in the basement.
Mixing up the medicine.
Yeah, and
I'm on the pavement.
That man's thinking about the government. So I go, wait. And I stopped the mix. And I said, wait a minute. A better title is Subterranean Sick of Staying Home Blues. Right?
Did you record it?
Yeah. I'm Johnny in the basement, stuck in this predicament, watching the president, wondering where my freedom went. He said, she said, they said too. I said, hell, what are we supposed to do? Hey, COVID, is it something I did? All the press talking on CNN, they say the same damn thing all over again. Mask on, mask off, don't make my granny cough, stay in, go out. What's it really all about? The doctor says this, the feds say that. Just a waste of words coming from the fat cat. People on TV looking like crap. Zoom in, zoom out. Go take a nap. Kids on the beach drinking Clorox bleach. Go to the liquor store. Make another score. No mask on, I can't get through the door. It's 5 o'clock everywhere. I'm living in my underwear. People all alone and everybody's stoned. No travel, no fun, no meat on the bun. Make the virus well done. Stir crazy, not lazy. Unemployment line is busy all the time. I can't find a job and I'm losing my mind. A ball of confusion. I need an infusion. No sports, no bet. I'm afraid to have sex. Stay at home alone and throw it in my own neck. Can anybody tell me when this thing is gonna end? With no toilet paper, you might need Depends. Deliver us from evil, deliver us some food. I like to go dancing, but I ain't in the mood. I'm running out of patience, the nurses they are not. The kids are running wild and I'm wiping up the snot. Test her, test me, test everyone. People at the State House getting testy with their guns. And you talk about depression, hell yeah, this is great. Get me out of here. I just can't wait. I think everybody's in the house. People are sick of staying home sick blues. My apologies to Bob Dylan. Got the words out there in. Email brandmeyershow@gmail.com. brandmeyershow@gmail.com from last week. And Buzz is at his house. Jimmy Mack was at his house. I think he blew up. Hey, Mac, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back.
Where were you?
I just,
The keeper of the archives, Jimmy Mack. Were you looking for some? By the way, you're still cutting out. Still cutting out. He's definitely cutting out.
Well,
Mac, just talk. At least count to 10 so we can fix this. Go ahead. That's what we're doing. That's the thing about recording the podcast. We can fix it. Don't worry about it. Let's get it fixed. Do it.
All right. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's hard for me to compete with the music.
Oh, hold on. How's that?
Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2.
Yeah, Buzz, he sounds right to you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Did you see Jimmy Mack on Star Wars, that TV show? What was it called again, Mac?
Collector's Call on MeTV.
Did you see it, Buzz?
No, I didn't.
Oh, my God.
I would have watched had I been aware of it.
Jimmy, where is it? Guess people want to go ahead and check that out.
They have some highlights on the MeTV website, but they don't make complete episodes available online for whatever reason.
I got to tell you, man, I have to tell you, it's whatever that was called again, Collectible Star Wars. The gist of the show is what, Mac? What happens? So this lady from, what show is she from again?
Oh, it's Lisa Whelchel from Facts of Life.
Yes, Buzz, of course, favorite show. Okay, so Lisa, whatever it is, she goes around places all over the country and she searches for people who have collectibles of weird things. Is that an appropriate description of what that show is?
Yes, absolutely. And then they bring in an expert to appraise the collection and make a trade with the owner of the collection.
Yes. And the expert, ladies and gentlemen, was Jimmy Mack at his house there, the keeper of the archives. Now, so I thought, okay, it's Mac. He says, watch it. I got to watch it. All right, I'm going to watch it. You know what I mean? Mac works hard. I got to see what he's up to. And I was riveted by this thing because I got to tell you, he went to this house in Gurnee, Illinois. Is that correct, Mac? If I'm wrong, tell me. Anywhere I'm wrong, you go ahead and interrupt me. Okay?
Okay.
So you go to this house, and you're the expert who's going to appraise what this, and I'm going to call him a nut because I think you're a nut. I think anyone that collects all that stuff is a nut. But this guy in Gurnee, Illinois, what's his name?
Eric.
Oh, he's really a nut. He's got a whole house.
His entire house. Yes, his entire house is packed with Star Wars memorabilia.
Is he married?
He just got engaged last week.
Oh, my God. Get out loud, lady. Get out. Get out. Don't. Oh, no. Here. Okay, describe his home if you can to us, because they'll think I'm exaggerating. Describe, and he's kind of married to his mom.
Oh, no. Well, they have a great relationship.
It's unbelievable. What's the guy's name? Give the guy's name unless you don't want to give his name.
His name is Eric Pfeiffer, and his mom is Connie.
Okay.
And you walk into his house. The first thing you notice is the foyer. It's just the walls are completely covered with Star Wars film posters. And then as you walk in, each room is themed. So he'll have an autograph room. He'll have rooms dedicated to certain characters. Action figure room. It's really amazing. And just the way it's all laid out, it's like a museum.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it in my life. It's the whole, and even in the backyard, he has this giant billboard from some movie. I mean, it is the weirdest thing. And the estimated value on that entire home collection of Star Wars memorabilia is what?
Well, I put it at about $300,000, but Eric and his mom said it was closer to $500,000 per their estimate.
Yeah.
So you could put it in that range. There's no way I could really evaluate the whole collection because I couldn't see it all. He has so much stuff. I don't know everything that's in there.
Yeah. But you do realize that you don't think that's crazy in any form or fashion?
It's a little extreme, but I mean, he's just celebrating his passion and doing so in a very, exaggerated kind of way. I encourage it. I actually like.
And the mother's living in the house with him?
No, I don't think so. I think they have their own home. I think they bought the house specifically for him and the collection.
And you were trying to sell you were trying to sell him a trade for something. You wanted what from him on a Star Wars collection? What did you want from him?
He had a vintage Lando Calrissian action figure that I thought was pretty attractive looking. It would look good in my own collection. So I offered him a replica helmet from the film Rogue One, the Star Wars film Rogue One.
Mm-hmm. Just a second, my head just hit the mic. I fell asleep. Hold on a second. No. But what? Yeah. So go ahead. Tell him the outcome of this Facts of Life girl that she's. What happened? So you offered him that as a trade, and he went, "What? No way, man! I don't want your crap."
Turned it down. He turned it down because the action figure was actually a gift from his mom, so there was some emotional value that he was attaching to it as well. I thought it was a long shot for him to actually accept the trade, but he stuck with it, and I came home with the helmet.
You know what that helmet looks like?
What?
Like a bong. It could be like one of those where people would wear a gas mask and blow weed. That's what it looks like to me.
Maybe I can retrofit it to serve that purpose.
Sounds like a new product.
Star Wars bong. Yeah, I'm telling you, that was fascinating. I mean, the whole house is there. It's and the parents bought the house for him so he could put his junk in it. But now you're saying the man's getting married. That's pretty amazing. Jimmy Mack on the show. What's it called? Collectibles?
Collector's Call.
Collector's Call. Look for the lady from Facts of Life. She's in it, and Jimmy Mack's in it. Can I ask one other question as I noticed, so you'll know I actually was paying close attention to your appearance in the show? At one scene, there was water spots all over your shirt.
Oh, jeez, Johnny.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the thing you know. Okay, let me explain it.
What was that all about? There was like, you came back from a scene, you had a gray shirt on, and all your shoulder was covered with water or something.
Okay, well, I'll explain it. We shot that in August, and we were inside the house, and the producers requested Eric to turn off the air conditioning. And I was wearing a gray shirt that would pick up like any tiny little bit of moisture. It was the worst shirt to wear for that show. And so we were moving around a lot, and I started sweating profusely. And the next thing you know, I started sweating on my shirt a little bit.
It seems, I see, it was coming from your hair onto your shoulder. They
came at me with a hairdryer to dry it off. They noticed it while they were shooting it.
A lightsaber. A lightsaber. Was it a lightsaber hair dryer? I guess there's people like that. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a show about collectibles. But it's almost, is it collectible / hoarding? It's anyone that collects all that stuff is just nuts. Nuts. Can I ask you this? This is supposed to be the Star Wars, all the movies in 20 seconds. I don't think it is because it may have missed a movie. So I'm going to see how great of a Star Wars expert you are by playing this cut, and you tell me what movies it's missing. Are you ready?
Sure.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, then they made those horrible prequels. But all you really need to know was Anakin was found as a boy, gets trained as a Jedi by Obi-Wan Kenobi, becomes psychotic after his mother is killed, yet somehow marries a queen named Padme, who gives birth to Luke and Leia, who get separated birth for their own protection, and there's a ton of fan service that really didn't make sense, and brought us the worst character that we won't even dignify with mentioning, so you really never need to watch those films.
Okay, any of those? I guess he wasn't naming them. So, does that sum up the hierarchy of Star Wars?
Not at all.
Not at all.
That was only the prequels. That was 3 films.
Okay.
There's 1 of them.
Okay. Well, as we've talked about Star Wars with him, Jimmy Mack before, who's a freak. I watched 1, and that was when I was in high school. That's the last one I ever watched.
I saw 1, maybe 2.
Yeah,
maybe 2.
Okay, there it is. All right,
they have to come up. They have to come up with a new soundtrack, a new soundtrack for me to get interested in that. I've heard the soundtrack over and over and over and over, and I'm sick of it.
Did you hear that, Mac? That's what he needs.
I did.
He needs a new soundtrack. He'll get him into the theater. All right, we got people online, 8335JB Show. Let's talk to you people. And then I'm going to talk to the president of all American toilets. The president featured in the Washington Post this week because the headline reads, the need to go, toilet, is a big barrier to going out. Why public bathrooms are a stumbling block for reopening the nation. Washington Post. Looks like they've run out of stories. But you know what? I think they might be right. If you hear a beep, we're talking to you. If you hear a beep, we're talking to you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I heard a beep.
Go ahead.
Oh, that your little thing now?
Yep.
Is that the thing now, Jimmy?
Just a little thing.
You know, there's a beep when you answer the phone the first time, too.
Okay.
That was throwing me off. I was talking to myself for a while.
Did you enjoy the conversation? Because right now I'm not, but go ahead.
No, come on. We talked many a times. It's probably like the 3rd time I've talked to you.
All right, that's enough then. Hey, 335JB Show, let's go ahead, please.
Hey, Johnny B, this is Patrick, baby. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. Can I talk to Jimmy Mack about Star Wars stuff?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy Mack, I got an original Darth Vader and Chewbacca from 1977.
Okay. Congrats.
Yeah, have a good day. Good morning. Hello. Go ahead, please. 8335JB Show.
Hope it's not me.
Yeah.
Is it me?
He goes, I hope it's not me. Yeah. Hello?
Because I didn't have the phone in my hand.
Well, that's all right. Go ahead.
That guy that does the Star Wars stuff, my daughter made me watch it on TV because he's a frequent customer at her store.
Mm-hmm.
And the store is what?
Michael's in Gurney.
Okay. Yeah, if he's a frequent.
They were open.
You sell stuff there, Star Wars stuff there?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I have no idea why he goes there. I know she sees him, and there's some guy that comes in there to buy paints, and she thought he was just some kind of a crazy painter, and then she finds out that the guy has a presentation in Paris. That was weird.
Mac, the guy from Star Wars has a presentation in Paris? Or is this guy talking about somebody else?
I don't know anything about Paris.
Okay. Hey, Buzz, you know what I'm thinking? I don't think we need to go live anymore. All right.
Well, it would be nice if the listeners went live with us.
Yes, that's right.
Well.
There you go. You guys have to be live. Otherwise, what's the point? Now, the story about the people going to the bathroom, afraid of going out for fear of getting into a dirty toilet, those stories do exist. Here's one from a good caller. Larry, did you have a good vacation or a bad vacation?
Bad vacation.
Where was it, Larry?
We drove to Canada with my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law is a horrible driver, so I got car sick. And
wait a minute. When you say your brother-in-law is a horrible driver, what does that mean exactly?
He's okay. So I wanted to drive most of the way there, and I got tired. So I said, "Well," he said he'd drive. So I got in the back of the van, and he does one of these where he speeds up and slows down. He can't keep the accelerator constant, so you're kind of going back.
Like,
it's like a cab driver.
No, he is so right, Larry. Now that makes perfect sense to me. So yeah, now it makes sense. Your brother-in-law just doesn't know how to drive use the gas pedal.
But it gets worse. I ended up getting sick, so I couldn't sleep. I said, Joe, pull over. I got to use the bathroom. I just wanted to switch drivers. So I got out of the van and we went into the McDonald's and I went to the bathroom and as I was coming out of the bathroom, some old guy was walking in, dropping a deuce on the floor.
Good morning,
That's a once in a lifetime event.
And Larry, what did you? What did you?
You don't think that's a cherished memory, Larry?
It's a funny story, but I ended up. So I was already nauseous from driving. He had white. I'll never forget it. He had white shorts on. He was an old guy. He's probably about 70 years old. And they were just falling out of his shorts as he's walking in. I ended up throwing up. I ended up sprinting and throwing up in the parking lot.
So wait a minute. He's dropping logs on the way into the toilet.
Through the restaurant.
Well, he was trying to make sure you had a trail to find. He knew you were sick.
It was a brown trail.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
Do you have a story of like that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Would you like to tell it? I have one that
I can't be. Well, I don't want to because I'm sure that it's about Angelo, so I don't. I'll get yelled at. I'm sure. Yeah, then never mind with that story.
I walked into a bathroom in Torrance, California. It was sort of that's sort of an industrial section and it was like really early in the morning, 8 o'clock, and we were just trying to get out of town. I don't know where we were going, but I got to go to the bathroom before we get on the road. And I walk in, and I'm standing, taking care of, and I hear
business.
Yeah, and I hear, "Give me the shit," and I'm. There's some guy in the stall, and I'm not going to. I don't want to respond.
What are you saying?
There's a guy in the stall. I didn't know he was there, but he's in there, and he hears me, and he thinks I'm somebody else. Give me that shit, would you? Hey man, give me the shit. Right. And he's getting pissed that I'm not doing it. And I'm not even talking. Hey, and his voice is getting up, and I'm finished my business, and I just left. I just left, and another guy came in right after me.
Oh, I see.
I'm sure he had the shit.
Hey, where'd that guy go with the shit? So this guy was trying to do a transaction, a drug deal.
He was in there. He was in that stall. He was doing the drugs, not a deal. He was doing the drugs.
Yeah. Well, I like the guy with the old man dropping logs on the way into the toilet. No wonder people are afraid to go out. No wonder. I'm going to call the president. I got to dial him up. So, as you know, we do this ourselves. You're there. I'm here. Jimmy Mack's running the archives over there. And I am getting my guest on the line. So hold on a second. Did you even know there was a president of toilets? The American.
No, I don't even understand it.
He's the president of the American Restroom Association. Hello?
Yes. Hi, it's Steven Soifer, the king of toilets. Yes.
See, that's right. He's the king of toilets. He's the king of toilets. That's what you are.
Toilet king.
But this is really, really weird that this is happening. That the fact that you have. By the way, let me introduce you properly. Steven Soifer. Am I saying your name correctly?
Correct.
President of the American Restroom Association, and the story in the Washington Post, the need to go is a big barrier to going out why public transportation is a stumbling. The bathrooms are a stumbling block for reopening.
Correct.
Right. That's a big deal. And 76% of Americans say they have had a bad experience in public restrooms. We just heard 2 that are not good. Okay. Now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, but so Steven, as the president of the American Restroom Association, first of all, how do you get that job? How do you get into that line of work?
It was a coup. No, actually, we started this organization like 15 years ago because we realized that the issues of public toilets and people's disgust with them, a lot of tourists, by the way, needed to be addressed. And so we just were following suit with many other counterparts in Europe and Asia, the British Toilet Organization, the Singapore Toilet Organization, the German Toilet Organization. So we just started the American Toilet Association.
And you did you try to get the job, or did they say, hey, when you're looking for a guy who can, handle the toilet situation in this country, it's got to be Steven Soifer?
No, it didn't quite happen that way, but there is a group of like-minded people who share the disgust with the American public toilet system, if one could call it that.
Yeah.
And so we're working hard to change that.
Yeah, let me tell you how great this guy is and what an expert he is on this. He also did a TED Talk on public restrooms. Now, I agree. These toilets in the country, maybe this might be the thing, Steven, that is changing toilets forever in public restrooms anyway. Is there a standard? Now, let's say you have a gas station, you have a little, whatever it is, you have a public restroom, a place where people can go to the toilet. Is there a standard now in place, other than that sign posted by the attendant that says, if it's not clean, hey, let me know?
Not really. The whole system of public toilets for, gas stations started with the advent of the car and people needing to relieve themselves on the road. There are standards for toilets in malls and certain businesses, but not so much for the local gas station.
Yeah, the local gas stations are horrible, and then some you think are good, so you kind of scout those out and figure out what those are. But maybe there's some good on in the Washington Post story, Stephen. They talk about how removing the urinals or making the urinals further apart for men. That's a great idea. We know that getting clean, for me, that's the worst thing in the world. If you have a shy kidney standing right next to a guy.
Right.
Hey, how's it going? Great. Don't talk to me. I'm going to, you know what I mean? That, to me, is the worst thing. Now, is that one of the things they are considering in the American Restroom Association?
Yeah, we call it social piss-tancing.
That is.
And,
social piss-tancing. Nice. That's why you're the president. That's why you're the president.
Especially with those urinals that don't have dividers between them, there's a real need to block off every other one at least. And actually, the dividers are there so that you don't get the splashback effect. You'd think it was for privacy.
Oh, good.
But you've seen those dividers that are, like rusted out. Well, urine's pretty corrosive. So you don't want to get other people's piss on you.
Well, we are talking to Steven Soifer, the president of the American Restroom Association, and they picked you out of all the people and they put you in that story, and I think it's pretty interesting. And the other thing is, I'm thinking, good, the urinals are going to be further apart. Unisex stalls, more common in Europe, as you kind of brought up. Is it true or false? In India, in many places, they do go to the bathroom in the street. Maybe end up doing that.
Yeah, well, I hope not.
Yeah, really.
Actually, it's a little funny. My wife, who's, Russian American, told me that when, the Soviet Union collapsed, one of the signs of civilization's decaying are people pissing in the streets, and that's what happened. So let's hope not, because it would be a sign that our civilization in the U.S. is declining and declining rapidly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is really amazing, though. When
Do the restaurant or the restroom people do they answer to anyone? Is there any standard that they have to maintain? Doesn't seem like
yeah. No, there are standards. We've been very active in getting the plumbing codes changed to require certain things. And the biggest problem, though, is enforcement. There's no one to enforce whatever regulations are in place.
Well, a lot of people are looking for jobs right now.
But wait a minute, though, Stephen. But Stephen, as the president of the American Restroom Association, isn't there one of the things they were talking about is hiring guards in this article? Hiring guards to assure that toilet paper doesn't get stolen. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, and the other thing they talked about was bathroom attendants. Let me tell you something. If you're the president and you have a say-so in it, please, I'm begging you, no bathroom attendants. Please.
I agree with you.
Oh, they're the worst.
They're worse. Would you like some Tic Tacs? Hey, I'm in it. I'm dropping a log here. I don't need Tic Tacs, pal. Get your hand out from underneath my stall.
Hey, look, they're waiting there to hand you the towels. Be glad you don't live in Thailand, because I've heard stories in Thailand, the restroom attendants actually come from behind you and start massaging your shoulders.
Oh my God! Are you making? Okay, all right.
No. This is true. This is true.
Wow.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, wait. Let me follow this. So, Stephen, you're in Thailand and you're going to the bathroom. Are you sitting down or standing up?
Standing up at the urinal.
Okay, and behind you, a Taiwan dude comes up and just starts rubbing your shoulders.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah, it's sort of like at the casinos when they come around, for poker players to give them a massage.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. In the middle of a hand.
Well, they talked about people in this article too, Stephen. They talked about, it's a big problem to the reopening the nation without all the bathrooms cleaned, and because they are huge contact places, and that's really one of the most dangerous places there is. But they said maybe in this article they say maybe you can open up places with bathrooms or without bathrooms that are ready to go, and tell people in advance when you come in there's no toilet, or you can get but there's no toilet. What? That's ridiculous, right? You have to be.
It really is.
It's craziness.
Now, I got to tell you, I'm surprised, but McDonald's is setting the standard here. They've issued a 59-page policy manual for their franchises, telling them all the things that should be done in the reopening of the restaurants. There should be foot pedals so that people don't have to touch the doors. There should be automatic sensor-driven paper towel dispensers and soap dispensers.
Yeah, but let me ask you about that, Stephen. I saw that part of the article where McDonald's is leaving it up to the franchise people, though, to foot that bill. Yeah. If you leave it up to the franchise people, what do you think is going to happen? They're not going to clean their bathrooms. They're not going to go spend extra money in this economy that we have right now. And they're certainly not going to hire bathroom attendants that rub my shoulders and give me Tic Tacs at McDonald's.
And no door pedals.
What does it mean?
You're not going to see any.
What's a door pedal mean?
You open the door with your foot.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
right.
Yeah, you said, all right, okay. Yeah, the door pedal, you open the door with your foot. Right now, I kind of open it with my knuckles,
Get a little hook. They're selling these hooks for like $1 a piece that you can just sort of hook the handle and you don't have to touch it.
I saw one advertised yesterday. Not only does it open the door for you, but it's also a bottle opener.
There you go.
Right,
Can't Buzz get a place on your council? All right, now, what are they going to get rid of, though? I would say, push-button soap dispenser. You tell me yes or no on this, Stephen. You're the president. Push-button soap dispensers. Got to go?
Out the window.
Hand dryers that blow those germs across the whole room.
Unless they're the blade dryers that push all the germs down into the little slot there, out the window.
What is there one like that? Is there one made like that?
Dyson makes them. That's not a product plug, but Dyson has what they call air blades.
Okay. Well, you would say, though, wouldn't you say, though,
those are safe.
Okay, so those work. Wait, if you have a choice right now, because none of the stuff that we're talking about here is going to be implemented in the next few months. Nothing.
Nothing.
Can you just help me out for a second? Yeah, it's not going to be implemented. Okay, now what about this? What about the number?
They allocated $500 billion, for various businesses to, use that money for different purposes, I think that's a great use of the money.
Yes.
No. Sitting there in the Treasury.
I agree with you. They should. Yeah, the manufactured fake money that's coming out of nowhere. I still don't know where it's coming from. That's not my world. But I will tell you that I don't think if you just give it to, the McDonald's in, Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, he's going to go, yeah, okay, there. What do you give me? You want me to clean the toilet? Here's some Lysol. Go clean it. They're not going to use that money for that. What about unisex stalls? We know that should be the way, unisex stall, where you can just open the door and go in, like just one person at a time. That's too expensive, right? That's not going to happen.
It is expensive, but we've actually done a cost-benefit analysis. You can show that if you start from new construction, that if you put up 6 individual water closets fully enclosed with the sinks outside of the area, it's no more expensive than building the gang-style toilets that we have today.
Multi-stall.
Renovate would,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Steve.
Expensive.
Okay. What would be expensive? I'm sorry, you got cut off. What would be expensive?
If you have a gang-style toilet and then you redesign it to look like these, unisex, single, and fully enclosed water closets, that would be expensive. But if you start from scratch, the price is roughly the same.
All right. So what about enforcing the 6-foot distances? They said they're going to mark them off when you walk in. You're traveling. Let's say you're traveling now, getting into the summer travel season, finally getting out of your freaking house. This distance there, that's not going to work. You can mark them off. It might work, but that might be at least cheaper. Urinals closer together. Forget about that. We talked about. What about portable toilets? What if you just took portable toilets?
Absolutely.
Wait.
Yeah. Now.
Wait. You're agreeing with that?
Yeah, because here's the dilemma. There was a guy who wanted to open his drive-in theater, and if he was going to implement social distancing, it cuts the restrooms in half for the people coming for 4 or 5 hour movies.
Yeah,
2 in a row, double feature. So his solution, because he had the land to do it, was to put an equal number of porta toilets on the land so that he wouldn't reduce total number of toilets available for people to use. Now that makes sense. But the problem is, how do you do that in a mall? How do you do that, in a restaurant? It's not practical.
Okay, so a good idea, but not really practical is half of the stuff that we hear from this article, right? So wait, have you ever heard of Blue Douche?
Did you say that? Did you say that?
Yeah. No. I'm asking because there's a real term for porta potties. Anyone that used a portable toilet, the construction guys always say, oh man, I got blue douche. You know what that means?
No.
Okay.
Inform me, enlighten me.
Okay, let me have a guy explain it to you. Hold on.
You get a blue douche, which is really nice. So that's great.
Back that up. Give me what is the definition of blue douche again?
Well, that's when you're in the porta potty and you drop a little lunker and the blue splashes back up on you. Your wife wonders why your underwear's blue when you get home. You got to explain that.
There you go.
A blue blooper. Okay.
No, not blue blooper. It's a blue douche. But let me say, as the president who's given TED Talks on the topic, Steven Soifer, the president of the American Restroom Association, I think I would open with that. Come on, write it down. It's a good one. Hey, here he is, the president, Steven Soifer, the president. He's going to tell us a little story, and then you talk about Blue Douche. Open up and do that. All right, so people who are, wait a minute. What about outdoor venues? What about baseball games and concerts? What about that? Have you ever gone to the bathroom at the urinal at Wrigley Field?
No, but I've heard about it. And
now it's got a worldwide reputation.
Oh my God!
Yeah. No, I thought the trough urinals were out. I haven't seen one in like 10 years. But the Wrigley fans, they still want to have that trough urinal. So more power to them.
Yeah, it's circular, Stephen. It's in a big circle, and everybody stands around in the circle. It's the most embarrassing thing you'll ever have to live through in your whole life.
Yeah, they do that at University of Michigan football games too. I heard they have the same design. It's like the old Roman pissoirs. you used to go up to the fountain in ancient Rome, and you'd unfurl your toga and you just pee into it. But get a load of this. They would actually collect the urine. Vespasian collected the urine, and they sold it as dye. Now that's
see, that's why I wish I would have been at your TED Talk. This is something, man. I'm telling you. And you also see in the story where police officers are affected because they cannot find a place to go to the bathroom. Truck drivers can't find a place to go to the bathroom. When do you believe that it'll finally be safe for me to go to the bathroom? Forget all those other people. When do you think it'll be safe? All of this
2025?
stuff. No, 2025, right?
I don't know. You haven't gotten to the water plume problem yet.
What's that?
Well, when you flush these toilets, they've got such super vacuum powers. They set up a 6-foot plume of water particles and, if someone took a dump, feces particles into the air. And, the coronavirus can live for 30 days in feces. Now, we don't know of any known cases of anyone catching the coronavirus that way, but it is possible. And then, of course, with the blow dryers and whatnot, we think the best solution now is UV radiation. Not exactly as the president was talking about, but UV radiation, they use it in fancy hotels to kill the germs and viruses. And you just shoot the restroom after use with UV radiation and, for 30 seconds, and voila, you're done.
All right. I guarantee it. Until then, I'm telling you, I am just going to stay out of them if I can help it. I pray I can help it. You want to check this out? I'm glad, by the way, in all honesty, I'm glad you, Steven Soifer, president of the American Restroom Association, is in charge, because I think anyone else can't handle this. I really think you're the man to do it. The need to go is a big barrier to going out. Why public bathrooms are a stumbling block for reopening. Steven, where are you from? Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Oxford, Mississippi. I'm a professor of social work at the University of Mississippi, so this is my sideline, obviously.
Look at you. And so
I don't make money doing it.
You don't make anything, but can I ask you one question? Maybe you can say it, maybe you can't, maybe you can't be, bribed, but what is, if you had to pick a organization, let's say a McDonald's-like franchise, whatever it is, where you would stop yourself to go to the bathroom, where have you found them to be the most consistent?
Well, it's funny you ask, because I tried to use a Starbucks in Memphis the other day, and there's still, only drive-through or mobile order. You can't use the bathrooms. That's my favorite place in general.
Yeah, because you can close the door. It's one person, right? That's what I like about it.
Yeah. And they're transgender now, basically unisex in many of the Starbucks. But in lieu of that, I'm back to, walking into a gas station restroom armed with a face mask and rubber gloves.
And when they stop you, you go, "Don't touch me. I'm the president of the American Restroom Association." Steven, thanks for the time. We appreciate it, man. If we have any other questions about going to the bathroom, we will definitely get a hold of you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. There he is, the great Steven Soifer. I finally talked to the president of the American Restroom Association, although I do like the title president of all toilets better. Now,
and so does he.
And so does he. I think he enjoys it. And later on, we have something I think you're definitely going to need, especially after hearing that. Are you outside? Are you leaving the house? You got to get out!
I need vacation. I want relaxation. Total vegetation. I got to go on vacation. Get up and go. Yeah, winter's okay, spring is fun, but give me some of that Midwest sun. We've been cooped up here all year. We just want vacation. I got to go. Got to go. Got to go on vacation. Let's go. All right. You deserve it. Back it up and move it out. Let's go. Hey, 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 hey. Nice vacation. Nice vacation. Nice vacation.
The shit show is a good thing. Listen every Saturday. The shit show is a good thing. Makes your troubles go away. The shit show is a good thing. Listen when you can. Yes, make some Buzz and Johnny part of your weekend plan.
Call Johnny B. 833-5JB-SHOW. 833-552-7469.
Hello, please. You're on the line.
I swear to God, it's the last thing I do. I'm going to get my hands around your throat.
All right. Thank you for calling.
The Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast. This is the new Not Normal.
Yeah. I told you it was the original, the one, the real shit show today. American president of the Restroom Association. And also on the show today, Phil Rosenthal from the Netflix series, the doc, Somebody Feed Phil. Oh, I like Phil Rosenthal. Saturday morning live and almost live. There we go, 833-5JB-SHOW. Email brandmeiershow@gmail.com. Dare I hit the button on the phone lines again?
Take your life in your hands.
Okay,
Go
it's
ahead.
phone line roulette. Go ahead, please.
Hey, oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
Hey,
Are you all right?
You look sick. You look sick, like you've been jostling around the back of a van on the way to Canada.
All right. There you go. At least it's entertaining. 833-5JB-SHOW. Go ahead, please. Hello? When you hear a beep, I'm talking to you.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hi, this is Trish.
Hey, Trish, how you doing?
Good, thanks. I've been listening to the show, and I just wanted to let you know I work for a lighting company in Chicago who does all the lighting for McDonald's, interior and exterior.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be, we have a product that does the UV lighting or that we're pitching to the back of the house. And for our vertical is lighting in gas stations and lighting at quick serve restaurants.
That's what he's talking about. Your name was Liz again? Is that what you said? Trish, I'm sorry.
No,
Buzz,
Trish.
thank you. You know what? I'm telling you, man, I'll bet you I'm getting Alzheimer's. I bet I am. Tell my mom died. That's what's going to happen to me. Hold on a minute.
But
Okay.
yeah, we've been doing the lighting at McDonald's for almost 30 years.
That is, I want to ask you a couple of things on that.
Out there that
No, but hold on a minute. So that's what the president of the toilets was talking about. He was saying, UV rays. So they believe that will be the way people are going to really keep their hands clean. But McDonald's is doing that. So you're saying you have actual proof with the company that they are doing it in some McDonald's already, UV rays to wash your hands.
Yes, it won't kill the coronavirus, but it has an occupancy sensor on it, and we've been pitching it to all the petroleum reps that do the gas stations. And it has an occupancy sensor that when you leave, it turns it up, and those type of UV rays are not harmful to people, but it could super clean the bathroom when there's nobody in it.
Okay. Well, you don't work for McDonald's, though, is that correct?
No, I work for a company called Security Lighting. It's a division of Hubble Lighting.
Well, there you go. Now, let me give you a pick to click. Have you seen that McDonald's documentary about the monopoly money, the scam, the monopoly scam on McDonald's?
No,
I'm telling you, Buzz, have you seen it?
No.
It's one of the great documentaries, the scam where they ran the monopoly money, they took it and the mob controlled it and they won money. They were giving the money, the $1 million scratch-offs to all of their family. It's so great.
That's right.
Right? You remember that story?
I did see that. Yes, that was a few years back.
Yeah, no, I just personally now watched it now. Oh, no, the scandal was a few years back. That is correct. You are right on that, Trish. But it's on Netflix now. I don't forgot what it's called. Hey, Mac, you know what that thing's called, that show, that McDonald's scam call? It's on the Monopoly scam. Whatever it is, people will figure it out. But anyway, UV rays, that's a good thing. I appreciate that. Email brandmeiershow@gmail.com. And a lot of it, I'll read a couple of them. A lot of it goes to you, Buzz, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
You're going to find out in a second. JB, you totally zoomed past the fact when Buzz was telling his chlamydia scare story. We established that he was boning a married chick, and it was her husband that gave it to her. More needs to be explained here.
Not really. Do we have what's to explain?
This one says, Johnny, you missed a teed up ball. Buzz was talking about chlamydia. He said the lady ended up getting it from her husband. By the way, each of these emails is putting it in caps. Her husband. Follow-up question, dude. Is what?
Well, I just remember as I was saying it, I let my voice drop really low when it came because that was the last thing I said. And, of course, she found out that she got it from her husband.
So wait, you did say that, and I let it go. But here's what this guy Mikey says.
I didn't want you to hear it.
Apparently they heard it. Right. I'm just reading two. There's like 100 of them. Okay, dear Johnny, you missed. Here's my thing though, because I'm looking at it from my angle here, and I wanted to get this clear. So Mike writes, you missed the teed up ball when Buzz was talking about chlamydia, which, hey, how'd you miss that show? How'd you miss the show, ladies and gentlemen, where we were talking about chlamydia? That's toilet germs and chlamydia. What kind of a show is this? Oh, it's a shit show, of course. Makes sense. Okay, you missed the teed up ball when Buzz was talking about chlamydia. He said the lady ended up getting it from her husband. Then he writes, don't talk about it. Wait, let me finish this. Her husband, in caps, 3 exclamation points. Her husband, question mark, question mark, question mark. Follow-up question is what, Johnny? Thanks, Mike. What is my follow-up question?
See, I don't. There's no question. I'm not going to give anybody's name.
Yeah. Wait. Hey, Mike. Hey, listeners. Hey, people are writing the emails. What's the follow-up question? Go ahead, ask them. 833-5JB Show. Good luck. Ask him. I don't know what the question is. Okay, and this guy's from Bernard. Hey, buddy, a bit high. He writes. He sends me a picture of a T-shirt. It says Eddie Abler on it. AM 1000. Eddie Abler AM 1000. And it
was
says,
Eddie ever on AM 1000?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were on AM 1000. We were on.
Oh, I guess.
Right, yeah, we were on. And he goes. This guy named Bernard goes. Hey, buddy, a bit high for a doggone T-shirt, eh? You betcha. And there's a T-shirt like for $25. Dude, whoever you are or anyone out there that thinks I'm not selling any T-shirts. Not right now. So if I have no control over anybody selling a T-shirt on eBay or wherever you're seeing these things. People think that I got control. I got control of nothing.
Nothing.
We had a nice conversation with Phil Rosenthal, the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond, about season 3 of his Netflix series documentary, Somebody Feed Phil. I think you'll find it delightful. I think you did, Buzz, right?
And the show is absolutely compelling. I can't recommend that show enough.
That's right. Somebody Feed Phil. Thank you very much for listening. Let's hear him talk now.
This
This is Brandmeier.
Sweet potato pie.
Call.
Do you have a sweet potato, Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie?
No, we don't have any more.
What?
No, we haven't had any since Sunday.
Oh, my
They're
Lord.
out in the warehouse everywhere. And they're out in the warehouse everywhere.
Well, how's that lady know?
No patty pies. No, she just said, ain't nobody getting no patty pies.
Ain't nobody getting no patty pies. Does anyone have the Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie?
No, not anywhere as far as I know.
Nobody.
No, ain't nobody getting no patty pies.
This is the Jonathan Brandmeier Show.
That's crazy. Phil Rosenthal, Somebody Feed Phil on Netflix, Season 3. That is a fantastic show. And let me ask you, before I get in the plugs again, did you ever have Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie?
No, can you get me some?
Did you hear, Phil? Ain't nobody getting no sweet potato pie.
But I thought you had a connection.
No, that's so weird because at Thanksgiving time, apparently they run out of this Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie, and what Patti LaBelle has to do with sweet potato pie, I will never know. I don't get it.
Shouldn't she be making marmalade?
Sweet potato pie, sweet lady marmalade. Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's right.
She could call it Lady Marmalade.
That's right, Lady Marmalade by Patti LaBelle. Boy, that's a better idea. Sweet potato pie was really never a song that I can recall.
I'm sure she could sing a song called Sweet Potato Pie, and it'd be fantastic.
Sweet potato
She's already
pie.
got the branding, and she'd go that way.
Yeah, why does she need the other thing? That's exactly right. Why would she need it? So you have never had it.
That's why I'm a marketing genius.
Yes, you are. No, honestly, you are a marketing genius. You are a marketing genius. The creator of Everybody Loves Raymond travels around the world to taste unique dishes. Next up, visiting Marrakesh, Morocco, sold. Now leaving on train aisle 3, London, Chicago, in Season 3, hitting Netflix this week. Oh, let me also say then, your fine work on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, well, now you're talking about my acting career. Wow.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was fun doing that.
It was you know what? One of our favorite guys of all time is I'm never going to not call. I'm always going to call him Super Dave Osborne.
Yes,
Marty
yes,
Funkhauser.
funny guy.
He is one of my favorite guys in the world, and he would just call this show for no reason whenever he felt like doing it. And he passed away recently. We're going to do a big tribute a podcast to him coming up. But let's do it in his honor. Let's hear a quick joke from Super Dave, a.k.a. Marty Funkhauser, on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
A guy gets on an elevator with a girl, and he said, "Excuse me, young lady, can I smell your private parts?" And she said, "No, you can't smell my private parts." He said, "Then it must be your feet."
All right. There you go, Phil.
Wow.
There you go, Phil.
Wow. What kind of show is this?
This Marty Funkhauser. Yeah.
Wow.
That is...
I mean, that is a funny joke. You know, my dad, Max Rosenthal, he's 94 years old, and he tells a joke on every single episode of Season 3 and Season 4 coming up on Somebody Feed Phil. And he delivers every single time. Always funny.
And now, is he always done that, Phil? Is your dad always told jokes? Because your parents are delighted. I know your mom recently passed away. Is that correct?
Yeah, she passed away in October.
Well.
But she's in one episode coming up.
Yeah.
She was well enough to come to the computer for one episode. But, you know, it was a long time in between seasons. Like Season 1 and 2, that was like 2 years ago. And she was kind of healthy then, and then, you know, this is life. She was 86. She was such a great part of the show, and I'm just so grateful to still have my dad, and that he's so hilarious still also, and he's still with it.
They are so funny. They were so cute, so adorable. We were actually talking about my mother's past, Bus's past, and it's like you're just kind of untethered for a bit. You're like, wait a minute.
Exactly.
What happened here? Where'd my mom go? And she was such a part, right, of your show. And I would think, obviously, the most beautiful people, your mother and father, but the worst tour guides, probably, when they were talking about Russia. And, we watched that. God. I watched Exporting Raymond, but I don't want to get into that. Yeah. Oh man, I can't even get it, Phil. I can't even get. I feel your pain even watching it. But hold on a second. Let's talk about the show for a second. The critics, the critics say the warmth and down-to-earth qualities that made Everybody Loves Raymond so beloved are on display in Rosenthal's real personality as he chows down in Somebody Feed Phil. What I see in it, when you go with the families, that's it for me and your passion, Phil. You cannot fake it. You are a tourist. It is so delightful to watch you. I was just watching the Venice one. Because
that's the one I saw last night.
I love Italy. So, oh man, it is.
Don't we miss the world?
Yes.
Don't we miss the world? So
Yes.
I want people to watch this and not be sad, but know that, I mean, you know this. We all know this. It's coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, the moment everybody's asking me, when do you think it'll come back? When there's a vaccine.
Right.
When there's a vaccine, we're going to feel comfortable to go.
Right.
And we're going to go. And every trip that we've postponed. So watch the show and plan your trip because you know it's coming back. And this will give you something to look forward to. So it's not just sitting there and going, oh, I remember when we could travel. You're going to travel again.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there was one. Go ahead,
that
bud.
show. I mean, I've never seen it before, and I thought, Johnny's going to talk to Phil, and I better, know what I'm talking about. And I watched it, and it's the most unique. I mean, I couldn't believe it's compelling viewing, and it's a food show. I mean, food shows aren't supposed to be compelling, but the fact is that you, Phil Rosenthal, have the aura of an insane comedian.
Yep.
And once you realize that, you know that anything is possible. Anything is possible, no matter how crazy, because this guy's nuts.
Yep.
And you're getting drunk during the day. As the day goes on, not overtly drunk, but you get looser and looser. And you think, "Oh my God, what could happen?" And I mean, it's like
a little of the social lubricant goes along.
Yeah. And then it's filmed like a film.
Oh, beautiful!
I mean, it's like it moves and it's. I mean, it was far more than a food show.
Yep. That's what you think.
Well,
but
thanks. I think you hit on it. That it's not, even though there's food and my stupid sense of humor. It's really a show about travel and connecting to people other than yourself, right?
Yeah.
I think the world would be better if we all could experience a little bit of other people's experiences. So that's the show. That's really what I'm aiming for. I'm trying to get you out the door. I'm trying to get you to travel.
Yeah.
And we can travel even in our own towns.
Well, I like that idea, too. You brought something up that I'm watching. I go, well, okay, we can't travel. I did see a great tweet about your show. At times like these, people are looking forward to the show that uplifts their spirit every time. When you watch it, you go, look at this guy having so much fun. He's out there. And once again, you can't fake it. You're connected to it. You can see that you're into it. And so you mentioned something that is interesting. If I'm looking at it and I've never gone to Venice, and I have, and I have some thoughts on that, but you watch it, you go, well, wait a minute. He's giving me some ideas about food I could get, whether I'm going to, and I could take it down the street, and I could go to that Peruvian or Indian restaurant or whatever I'm afraid to order, right?
That's right. We all have the phone. So let's say there's a Peruvian restaurant down the street. You look at your phone, look at the menu. Hey, they have chicken and rice. I like that. Yes, you like that. Why don't you go there and try it? What's the worst that's going to happen? We're not children. It's not your favorite, so you don't go again. But what if it is your favorite? What if you discover something? Now you try something else on the menu. Now you're talking to the owner. Now you're seeing the pictures of Peru on the wall. The next thing you know, you're in Machu Picchu.
Yep.
So you never know what's going to open your mind. And to me, the open mouth leads to the open mind.
I like that line.
It's a phrase that pays.
Except I've got a mask on right now. Oh, can you hear me now? I'm still wearing my mask. Can you hear me? This is very hard to do.
Where are you guys located?
Right now, okay, I'm in my house right outside Chicago. Buzz is in his house in Chicago. And then we're talking to the world, streaming around the world, where we have big listeners in Norway, all over the world. You can't believe it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you guys to see the Chicago episode. I love Chicago so much. And the show is a love letter to Chicago, and not just the food, but the people and the architecture especially. Yeah. I think it's the best-looking American city. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's right. What did you focus on in the city that we'll see in the upcoming episode of Somebody Feeds Phil? Somebody feeds
so
Phil.
so many places. We tried to get to so many places, high and low. We went to Sean Michelle's ice cream. We went to Monteverde for a high-end, Italian meal. Have you been there?
I have not.
Oh my God! Well, you will when you see this.
Yeah. I don't know why I haven't. I mean, I don't know why I haven't. I say I'm married to an Italian. I've been to Italy a few times, and to me, I guess I feel like I haven't been out of the house in so long. I feel like I'm going to go crazy.
You haven't.
I haven't. I'm going to go crazy. But yes, that's what you're going to bring to us.
How's the takeout and delivery game in Chicago? It's got to be strong.
Yeah, but here's the thing about that. And Buzz, I think you order more than I do, but I order, and yet I just, you talk about the packages being delivered and wash the package, leave the package outside, this and that. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
But I just saw today on the Today Show where they said, the doctor goes, we found out that it's not that urgent, that it doesn't transfer to the boxes and to the hard surfaces. Just keep, pick them up, wash your hands. So maybe it's not as bad. So I don't know.
That's right. I've been doing it how many months now? 2 months?
Yeah.
Almost every single night I'm getting takeout or delivery.
Oh, look at you.
Almost every single night. Well, first of all, I want to support the restaurants.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
They need it. Second, I'm not a great chef, and I love what they're doing. And, as tragic as this thing is right now, we're in the golden age of takeout. The restaurants are focusing all their attention and creativity on making the perfect takeout meal.
Yeah.
So you're getting takeout like you never got before. And we've had some of the meals of our lives sitting at the kitchen table.
Yeah, I think my family was afraid, those guys are tainting the thing. But so there was that.
They're not.
Yeah, there was that concern. So that's I think kind of gone by the wayside now. And after you're saying that, that's what I'm doing today. There's no question.
Do it.
Yeah, there's no question about it. But did you see the thing where they said where DoorDash and Hub Grub are taking all the money and the restaurants are getting screwed by it or something like that?
I hate that.
What's
there was just a law passed in California where they could not take more than 15% of the bill. Some of these delivery apps, were taking 30% of the bill. It didn't even pay for the restaurant to make you the meal because they were getting screwed left and right.
Right. That's right.
It's bad enough that they've had their workforce decimated. Right. They still have inventory they have to pay for. In some cases, they have rent they have to pay, and then now the delivery app comes along and takes the rest of the profit.
Yeah.
Why stay in business? You can't. So there has to be something done. I'm still looking for a bailout for our independent restaurants around the country, because otherwise we're going to be left with high-end restaurants only for guys on expense accounts and McDonald's and Wendy's. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Nothing in between.
You're right.
No local coffee shop, no local Italian place down the street that you love, no diner, no, just unaffordable and the cheapest crap.
Yeah. The breakdown, they actually put a check together, showed the breakdown. You're right about that, like a $150 bill, and the restaurant got $36 out of it or something like that. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And
it is ridiculous.
And those people don't get how many people are involved. My father-in-law owned a restaurant 33 years. My wife worked. Know, it's a big deal, and it's all encompassing. And there's the people from the top to the bottom that benefit and are part of it. And there's, I would say, 15 million restaurant workers out there. It's important.
Oh, at least. I mean, we're talking about 11 million just restaurant workers. And then now, how about all the people that catch the fish and work on the farm and supply the cheese and supply the wine? That when you start going out to the suppliers, now the number of unemployed is exponential. This is the largest industry we have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't want to live in a world without restaurants.
Definitely.
Like we said, we're certainly coming back. We're certainly going to go out again, but don't you want the world there when you get back?
I'd like it to be there. If I had a choice, I'd like to walk out the door and see the world. And you're right. It's really weird, Phil, because I'm thinking to myself, I am never going to take a restaurant for granted. I can't wait to sit down and let somebody feed me, which is why I really enjoy watching your show, Somebody Feed Phil, on Netflix season 3. No, because you're okay. Let me go back to Venice for a second, because that's the one that's clear in my head.
It's our social life.
Yes.
It's our social life, isn't it?
Do you know, in Italy, they sitting around, they don't hurry up. They have the wine, and then they have a course, and then they have another course, and they have another course, and you're laughing with these people, and they're just so purely enjoyable to watch. It's just fantastic. And I think I can't wait to go to a restaurant. I can't wait.
I know, and it doesn't even have to be fancy. I just want to go to my local diner again.
Yeah, I love diners. Like when I would go to New York, you'd walk around the corner. There's a diner. I love the diner experience. That's always a cool little thing people forget about.
Of course, and we take it for granted because it's always there. Or we go, I walk to morning coffee every morning. I can't do it.
Yeah. Hey, what is the deal?
That experience.
What's the deal with your a buddy of mine said, hey, Phil Rosenthal, he has these L.A. movie and pizza parties at his home.
Yes.
Do you have them at your home every week, or do you have them at your home once?
Sunday, every Sunday that I'm home, every Sunday that I'm in L.A., we do movie night. And movie night started when I was 15 years old, and this new thing came on TV in 1975 called HBO.
Wow.
And HBO was, when you think about it, the only way to see an R-rated, unedited, uninterrupted movie in your house. This was pre-VCR, right? This was pre-everything. So Saturday night at 10 o'clock, there would be a new R-rated movie. So I'm in junior high, and I'm inviting my other junior high friends over. Come over, maybe we'll see something. Right? And we order a pizza, and we didn't care what the movie was. We just were praying.
Maybe we'll see something.
Semi-nudity, something. Give us a bone.
Hey, Tommy, I got a bone. What about you? Oh my God.
Not only is it pre-VCR, it's pre-internet.
Right.
So we're not, the world is not available to us. So here it comes. So all through junior high, all through high school, all through college, where I ran like the film board at the school so I could get movies for the school. And then after school, here comes VCRs. Now you pick your movie. Now the TV gets a little better, a little bigger. Then comes, what happened after VCR? Oh, Laserdisc. Remember Laserdisc?
Laserdisc. I had 2 of them.
I had about 100 of them. Look at me.
I got 100 of them. They're good for nothing.
Yep, that's right.
Right now, replaced by DVDs, which were then replaced by Blu-rays.
Yep.
And now,
because
I've gotten very lucky in my life, I have a house where it has a dedicated screening room, and I get the digital cinema packages, meaning DCPs that are the exact same format that movie theaters use.
Oh, nice.
With digital projection. And we get first-run movies, because I got on some list that is a professional courtesy. If you're in the business, you can do this. And I have a wood-burning pizza oven in the kitchen.
Wait. In the kitchen?
I do.
You don't have it outside? You have it in the kitchen?
Nope. I wanted it built in because I thought, what if it's a little chilly out? Or what if it's raining?
Yeah.
Or what if it's too hot? Right?
I like this guy. I don't know. It's funny because when you watch your show, you feel like you know you already, but I do. But here's the thing. When you have this pizza oven, people, what is the deal? It has to be like 1,000 some degrees for it to make the right tasting pizza. What is it?
You can get it up to 1,000 degrees, yes.
1,000.
Ideal for the pizza dough that I'm using is about 600. So that's pretty good. And you can get that going pretty quickly.
All right, so you have this party, you put it in the ovens in your house, you put the pizza in there, you put a movie on, some first-run movie, and then you watch it. And who's at this party? Can you name drop for me? Can you give me a couple of names?
Well, I have friends, obviously, who are in the business because I'm in the business, so I have lots of friends. But the best part of these movie nights are when we have the filmmakers come. And I think they come because of the pizza.
Yeah, right.
But we like, there have been memorable nights where we've had, like Aaron Sorkin came with The Social Network. And after the movie's over, he talks about it. And you ask him questions. And there's like 20, 25 of us, right?
Yeah.
And we've had movies where, this was the best. We had David O. Russell's movie, The Fighter. Do you remember that movie?
I do not. Buzz, you remember it?
I haven't seen it, but it's I recorded it the other night, and I'm going to watch it this weekend.
At that.
It's really good.
You got to watch it at Phil Rosenthal's house. Okay, go ahead.
Really
I'm sorry.
good.
Go ahead. So you have him there?
We saw it before it opened at my house. I'm a friend of David O. Russell's, and he surprised us. So when the movie was over, and this is just in my little living room turned screening room, the back door opened, and Mark Wahlberg, Amy Adams, and Melissa Leo, the stars of the movie, walked into my house.
Oh, wait a minute. I saw that movie. That was a great movie. I saw that movie.
Great movie.
Yes.
Yeah, Melissa Leo won Best Supporting Actress.
Of course. Yes. Yeah. I thought we were talking about some old, like 19. I didn't know what you were talking about. Yes. That was a great film. Wahlberg, unbelievable. They were all fantastic. You're right. But wait. What happens if, in this, I can ask you this question for your food show, Somebody Feed Phil, and for this. So you're in there, you're watching a movie, and the people, the filmmakers and the actors themselves are there, and you don't like the movie. Did you already know you're going to like it?
That has happened.
Oh, boy.
And I've learned something, which is you've got to do a little research before you book the film, right? Just like a real movie theater. You want to find out that it's going to be good because you have people coming.
Yes.
And so, I can't say who this was, but I met somebody. I was thrilled to meet them. I told them about movie night. I wanted to invite them to come. And they said, well, I made a movie. Can we show it? And, because I was starstruck, I said, of course. Well, never directed a movie before and was not going to direct one ever again. Because we saw the movie and it was jaw-droppingly bad.
Oh, my God.
At the end of the movie, this fella got up and went to the front of our room and said, any questions? And everybody looked at him like an oil painting. And it was really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah, excuse me. I have a question. Why did it suck? Yeah. It was. Why did that suck? It was really bad. Pizza's great.
Can you name that film?
No, he can't. I guarantee it. No, you won't do that. Okay. And in Hollywood,
if I named it, you would not have heard of it.
Okay, but here's another thing, though, Phil. Would you agree that in Hollywood they have a way of saying things? You know what? The Technicolor and the color and it was the scenery was right. They just say they'll say something, but they don't.
There was after a few seconds of silence, nobody was asking a question. I asked, "How did you get so and so to be in the movie?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, good question.
There's always a question you could ask.
Okay, can I give you my movie-going experience with a Hollywood situation? Okay, here's as you're talking about this. I go to a charity event with Brian Grazier's house. And at Brian Grazier, the great producer, Brian Grazier, he's got this. Okay, I'm just telling people. Maybe Buzz, you know Brian. When I say Brian Grazier, Imagine Films with Ron Howard. Okay, so he had a party and he has this big charity event. Okay, so and in the charity event, they're having dinner at his house outside, and then they're having an auction. I'm having a martini here, a martini there. Next thing you know, I'm in a bidding war with somebody to go and watch The Godfather at Robert Evans' home. Where they watched with Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, where they had their movie nights, and I'm sitting there, and Brett Ratner, the director, is the guy who's doing the auction for this particular item, and my buddies go, "Come on, man!" And I'm going, "No, all right, $5,000, 10 grand, okay, all right, 15 grand," and they go, "Sold to that guy, me."
Wow!
And I go, "Okay." And by the way, I think to myself, well. Maybe they'll forget. The minute I raised my hand and they said sold to me, the guy comes over with the MasterCard slide or whatever it is, and he goes, takes it right there. Impression.
Yeah, they don't forget.
Yeah, you should have heard. What do you mean? There was a trip to the Bahamas. You could have gone to the Bahamas. You could have, who wants to go to Robert Evans' house? I said, it's historical. It's showbiz. I'm going to go to Robert Evans' house, and I'm going to watch a movie with Robert Evans and Brett Ratner. We're going to watch The Godfather that he produced. Okay?
Yes, that's pretty great. Yes.
Okay, here's the end of it. Guess what? Robert Evans Theater burnt down.
Oh.
and they canceled it. So then, so they canceled it, and you can't say to a charity, "Hey, Special Olympics, hey, give me my money." You can't, right? So
Well, they must have made it up to you somehow.
no. They tried because Brett Ratner said you could come and watch it at my house, and then he
Not the same, Brett.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm at Robert Evans' home, so that was the end of that. But you don't charge people to get it. What about a charity thing? You could do that. That's a good idea.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Oh, you do, where people can come and watch a show at your house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a nice idea. That's a nice idea. I like that idea. Yeah. All right, well, listen to me. If Phil Rosenthal, somebody feed Phil on Netflix. You know, you talk about uncomfortable situations. By the way, season 3 is opening this week. Season 3, he's visiting
Friday, May 29th.
May 29th, that's right.
A week from Friday.
The beauty of Netflix, isn't it great? Netflix great when you can just turn it on and watch it every one of them as they come, right? It's just so exciting.
You're there forever.
Yeah, I love it. That's the way to do it. Let me ask you this then. Can I go back to this Russian thing for 1 second?
You can. I've got 3 minutes for you.
Okay, Exporting Raymond. I'm going to highly recommend on Amazon Prime. What I felt your pain. You talk about uncomfortable. Oh my God!
For people who don't know what Exporting Raymond is, the Russians called me and asked if I would translate my show into Everybody Loves Kostya.
Yes.
And I said, I would be happy to help you do that, but I want to bring a film crew and document the whole process. And I did. And it's pretty funny, I have to say, because the joke is on me. Here I thought I was an expert in the subject, my own TV show, and I went to a land where nobody cared.
Wow, it was so unbelievable. Yeah, the Russia. I like you're in the car, you're going to Russia where you need K&R insurance. They go, well, what is that about? Well, K&R insurance is kidnapping and ransom. Does that happen there? And Phil goes, yeah, it has an own abbreviation. K&R.
That's right. It happens often enough for there to be an abbreviation. So maybe I'm not going so fast without protection.
One of the things, though, when I'm watching, I was thinking I would have gotten up and run. I would say, somebody please kidnap me, because I've never seen so many people who were not on the same page, but yet you turned it around at the end. I don't know how you did it.
After a while, you start to root for kidnapping.
All right, man. Is that still not the number one show in Russia? I know it's an old doc, but I'm telling you, man, it's well worth watching. Exporting Raymond on Amazon Prime. But is that still number one in Russia? The Russian version?
It's the most successful translation of a show into another language in the history of the world.
Are you serious?
I have a Guinness Book of World Records medal.
Oh, congratulations to you, Mr. Man. That's fantastic.
But you'd never know from watching that documentary that's what happened.
I like when you're in the house just drinking vodka more. No, vodka more. Okay. Yeah. Listen, season 3, Netflix doc series, Somebody Feed Phil. Netflix, May 29th. I'm going to give your toast to you. Let's preserve pleasure.
Yes, good idea.
Thank you. There's the theme from Somebody Feed Phil. There he is, Phil Rosenthal walking around L.A. I like that. I'm going to bid on that. Go to his house and watch a movie. I was thinking about that. I got ripped off.
You know, I remember when that happened.
I just thought about it. Wait a minute. I should have got something for it.
You know, just maybe a phone call from Jack Nicholson saying how he missed the...
Sorry you couldn't watch the Godfather at Robert Evans' house. Who's passed away? He's dead.
Who?
Robert Evans.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
I thought we were talking about Jack Nicholson.
No, he's very much alive.
He's never going to die.
No, he is not. Phil Rosenthal was in the video. They did a bunch of stars, Bryan Cranston, all kinds of different people singing into their Zoom cameras, singing "Eat It." Here's a taste of that.
How come you're always such a fussy young man?
Don't want no Captain Crunch, don't want no Raisin Bran.
Well, you don't know that other kids are starving in Japan, so eat it. Just eat it.
They go, all of them go down the line, all these different stars, and they all have a different line and a different interpretation of it. Eat it. The video, watch that.
Johnny,
What?
Johnny, it's Weird Al Yankovic.
Yes.
Play something by me.
All right. We shall do that.
Open up your mouth and feed it. Have some more yogurt.
Sign up to keep up at brandmeiershow.com. We email your update on the next live showcast and more. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. Stay crazy.
Have a banana.
Later.
Have a whole bunch. It doesn't matter what you had for lunch. Just eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it.
I can eat when and what I want to.
When you deal with crazy people, they say crazy things.
Call Johnny B. 833-5JB-SHOW.
Am I in the air?
The Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast. This is the new not normal.
Caller, you're on. Go.
Hey, boys. How you doing? It's Jason down in Cincinnati. So is it time to talk about the wrap-up of The Last Dance?
Oh, sure. If you want to, go ahead. What do you want to say about it?
I think, living through it like the rest of us, the 90s was a party. Every year that happened. I think we can all remember it. But one of the things that I liked the most about this whole thing was Michael Jordan in all the interviews after the games back then, he kind of seemed like the Boy Scout, and he's on national TV. He's got to behave. I loved seeing him dropping the F-bombs. The guys calling him the bullies. But the thing that surprised me the most is, I don't know if you guys remember this, Scottie Pippen used to get a bad rap for a kind of an attitude and a bad tipper back in the day.
No Pippen.
No Pippen. Let's say it. Wait a minute. Let's say it together, Buzz. No Tippin' Pippen. That's right.
There you go.
And
Exactly.
that comes from the radio when waitresses would call in to say that they've been stiffed by Scottie Pippen.
That's right. But go ahead. You were making a point. Go ahead.
Came out this week. Yeah, the thing that came out this week that I thought was interesting is, a couple of guys were ragging on. They didn't like how they were portrayed in the whole thing, and one of them was Pippen.
Yep.
And I don't know about you guys, but I thought Scotty came across great, and I felt like they elevated him, and they really sang his praises, and he, in his interviews, came across great. So I didn't really get the whole what he didn't like about being portrayed. But anyway,
Yeah, no.
Time to talk about the wrap up.
No, you made a point about that. I agreed. I heard that Scotty he's not only was he upset, the words livid were used.
More than livid.
He's livid.
He's more than livid. That's what the headline was.
Yeah. Okay. More than livid. And then the other guy was Horace, wasn't it? Horace Grant.
Oh yeah, it was Horace Grant.
Whenever I say the word Horace,
and that was because they.
Go ahead. Here's what I say. Whenever I say the word Horace,
the thing with Horace is they're accusing him of leaking locker room talk.
Yeah, okay, come on. So you know what Michael Jordan said when he went into a hotel room, there was cocaine. It was a cocaine circus. Got it. Understood. We get it, right? I mean, it's really weird. But here's what I say: Horace. At the United Center or wherever it was, even the stadium, you'd always hear Horace, right? And who knew what a baby he was? A baby.
No, not really.
I thought it was great.
All right, well, good.
No,
good
I like
talking to you boys.
The ending that I liked the most was when Jordan was just talking about winning, and if you don't like the way I'm doing it, I won, you didn't win. Let me hear this. What is this?
Yeah.
Let me play you. This is Jerry Reinsdorf saying why he had to break.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, so this is Jerry Reinsdorf saying why he had to break up the Bulls. Now, they're also questioning that, They're saying Jordan's a liar. Jordan lied a lot. He made up a lot of stuff, took some liberty with the truth. He lied. Okay, we got it. Here is from The Last Dance, the last time we'll talk about The Last Dance.
Let me play you. This is Jerry Reinsdorf saying why he had to break the team up.
Reinsdorf?
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear this. I never understood. We've never had any dialogue about why. I made my own assumptions why.
Now, after the 6th championship, things were beyond our control because it would have been suicidal at that point in their careers to bring back Pippen, Steve Kerr, Rodman, Ron Harper. Their market value individually was going to be too high. They weren't going to be worth the money they were going to get in the market. So when we realized that we were going to have to go into a rebuild, I went to Phil and said, offered him the opportunity to come back the next year. But he said, I don't want to go through a rebuild. I don't want to coach a bad team. That was the end. It just came to an end on its own. Had Michael been healthy and wanted to come back, I don't doubt that Krause could have rebuilt another championship team in a couple of years. But it wasn't going to happen instantly.
In 98, Krause already said at the beginning of the season, Phil can go 82-0. And he was never going to be the coach. So when Phil said it was the last dance, it was the last dance. We knew they weren't going to keep the team. Now, they could have nixed all of it at the beginning of 98. Why say that statement at the beginning of 98? If you ask all the guys who won in 98, Steve Kerr, Jeff Bussler, blah, 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 we give you 1 year contract to try for 7. You think they would have signed? Yes, they would have signed. Would I sign for 1 year? Yes, I would have signed for 1 year. I've been signing 1 year contracts up to that. Would Phil done it? Yes. Now, Pip, you would have to do some convincing, but if Phil was going to be there, if Dennis was going to be there, if MJ was going to be there to win our 7th, Pip is not going to miss on out on that. 91, 92, I was young, full of energy, hungry. In 98, when you went in 6 out of 8, and yet being just as dominant as you were in 91, that's where the craftsmanship came in. I think 98 was much better than any of the other years because of how I was able to use my mind as well as my body.
So was it then satisfying to leave at your peak?
No.
Or is it maddening to leave at your peak?
It's maddening, because I felt like we could have won 7. I really believe that. We may not have, but man, just not to be able to try, that's something that, I just can't accept. For whatever reason, I just can't accept it.
Isn't that weird? That's weird. It goes against everything that we've heard that they didn't want to get together for season 7. Next thing you know, he's talking about it on The Last Dance, saying we would have, we could have, but they didn't. ESPN's, there's a lot of reviews about it too. ESPN's Last Dance, extremely flawed, but exactly what we needed.
Yep.
The one thing that I took away from it, which I see a lot of people are taking away from it, was the question about the pizza. Is that dude still on the phone? What was your name?
Hello? Jason, Cincinnati.
Hey, Jason in Cincinnati. Yeah, so the pizza thing, when I'm watching that, Jordan said the pizza, was poisoned. And they're saying, the guy saying it was never poisoned. The guy delivers the pizza to the room.
Look, sports fans do some crazy shit. You know that.
Yeah, that's right.
So they were in a competitive town, and you remember they said it was something. He looked out the door and there was like 5 or 6 guys delivering the pizza. Now I know they all want to see Jordan, but they also want their team to win. So it's I don't know about you. I mean, shit, you won't pee next to somebody in a bathroom.
That's right.
I wouldn't be eating a pizza like that.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Well, I didn't see that. What do you
mean?
The story?
They
I didn't
said
see that
5
episode.
guys. He wants the door. He doesn't feel good. Or no, he was just going in his room with 2 guys. Okay, he's in his room with 2 guys. Okay.
Yeah.
His trainer and his buddy.
Like midnight or something like that.
Right, his trainer and his buddy, and they're sitting there and they're hanging around, and they order a pizza. So the pizza comes to the door, and Michael Jordan says, hey, man, there's 5 guys. This is the way he's telling. I'm going to paraphrase it to move it on. There's 5 guys outside the door bringing him 1 pizza, all trying to peek in, trying to see Michael Jordan, trying to see him, and he eats the entire pizza by himself. Correct? He eats the whole pizza by himself.
Yeah, it was only him,
which is kind of right there. I'm going, well, that's kind of weird. You eat the whole pizza by yourself. You got 2 guys to eat the whole pizza. Okay, all right. Now, he eats the pizza, and that is the quote unquote flu game. That's the flu game where he comes in, he can barely get up, he's puking all over the floor, he doesn't think he's going to make it. He finds the will and the way to pull it out and go ahead and win. The last second, win. Yep. And he said his pizza was poisoned, and the pizza delivery guy says, I never poisoned his pizza. That's bullshit. I didn't do it. He said, this guy's name, by the way, is Craig Fight. He says he made the delivery, and he made the pizza himself in Utah. The story was crap. There was only 2 of us. There was not 4 of us or 5 of us. It's 100% certain that Jordan was not poisoned by the pizza. By the way, what's he going to say? Oh, yeah, I did poison him.
I did that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I did poison him, right? Yeah, I did.
That shit on his pizza.
He just says that. He just said, yeah. Then they go, the documentary shows him, he's with his pal. Jordan ate the pizza by himself. He showed up. He was almost dehydrated. He scored 38 points, 44 minutes, made a go-ahead three-pointer. The Bulls, 25 seconds remaining. They went on to win, and that was called the flu game. The flu game, okay? That, they said, was a lie. I got to tell you, I don't care if they're lying or not lying. I enjoyed every second of it. Every second of it.
It's fascinating.
You know,
here at home, I'm watching with a 19-year-old daughter who couldn't care less about basketball, and she was mesmerized by the thing. So we're watching it together. Neither one of us liked it.
And for those of us who lived through it,
yeah,
I mean, you guys were there, and I'm sure you guys had some pretty good seats at certain times during all those years. But it really brought you back. It reminded me. I mean, it's been 22 years, right?
Yeah.
It really brought you back to what was a great time. Those were great summers, man. Every summer was a party when the Bulls were in the finals, and it wasn't just one day. It went on for weeks, and it was awesome. So it really brought you back.
It was. Thank you very much for calling. I definitely think you're right about that. That was the flu game. That's what they called it. Michael Jordan in The Last Dance calls it the poison pizza game, and the poison pizza delivery guy says, I didn't do it. Of course, what is he going to say? But I remember a story from a guy named Truman. Preston Truman, I believe, was his name, and he got Michael Jordan's shoes at that Utah Jazz game, the flu game. But Michael only ate applesauce and crackers.
Before the game, I was in the locker room and kind of whipped his head around to his trainer and said, hey, Chip, I need my graham crackers and applesauce. And that was news to me as well, as I'd always been a big Jordan fan. I never heard that he had, eaten graham crackers and applesauce. And Chip, goes rumbling through his bags, and he has graham crackers, but he didn't have applesauce. So Michael kind of... me and another ball boy were standing there. He looked at us and he said, if I don't get my applesauce before the game, then none of the ball boys are getting autographs after the game. So he said that, and I kind of took it as a personal challenge. I realized it was about 45 minutes before the game, and I didn't have a lot of time to go to a grocery store or anything. So I just started running around the different levels of the Delta Center trying to find someone to help me find some
Okay,
applesauce.
paging. We're looking for applesauce here in the Delta Center, Utah Jazz.
It wasn't guaranteed, per se, but, once he had through that challenge, to me it wasn't as much about the autograph, just as much as it was I didn't want to let him down. I mean, if Michael Jordan challenges you with something, you want to come through.
Okay, it's 45 minutes till tip-off. Keep going.
I'm just running through different, areas. They have catering and stuff, they're doing for, people. And I eventually find a kitchen where there's a nice lady who seemed to know what she was doing. And she led me to this storage room that had a huge, Costco-sized canister of applesauce. I was very relieved. She handed me that, and along with a large can opener, and I took the huge jug down to him and set it in front of his locker. And he looked up at me and just started laughing. It's like, wow, you really came through. And he's like, what's your name? And I was like, it's Preston. He's like, well, thank you. I appreciate your effort, And they went on to lose that game. And as Michael was leaving the locker room after the game, he just walked right past all of the huge table full of stuff to be autographed. And he saw me standing in the corner and kind of waved me over and said, hey, do you have anything to be autographed? And I was like, I have a trading card. And I pulled it out of my pocket, and he signed it for me. And he's like, yeah, I just want you to know I really appreciate your effort before the game. That meant a lot that you did that, and maybe we'll see you in June. And as luck would have it, the Jazz and Bulls both ended up advancing to the NBA Finals in June, and I ended up working in the locker rooms for games 3, 4, and 5. So thinking beforehand this time, I went to the store before, going to the arena and bought some, Seneca cups of applesauce, the little cups that, the kids eat, and graham crackers, and had those sitting in his locker when he arrived for the NBA Finals.
But you are a smart man, Preston Truman. You are a wise man. But here's the thing. That was a giant can of applesauce and you just left it there in front of him. He looked at you. He laughed like, okay, this is great. But did you see him eating it out of that giant tin?
He actually did, yeah. One of the trainers actually came over and used the can opener and opened it for him, and he spread it on top of his graham crackers, and yeah, he ate it.
Oh, my Lord. All right, so now he comes back. The flu game. He's sick. He doesn't feel well. Everybody knows it's historical, those NBA Finals in 97. So does he see you right away and go, hey, man, how's it going? Or is he just out of it?
So before Game 3, he walks in the locker room and he sees the applesauce and graham crackers and just, starts laughing. And he's like, wow, you remembered me, huh? And I was like, yeah, I didn't forget this time. And he said, it's Preston, right? And we actually had our names inscribed on our shirts at that time. So I don't know if he remembered my name or just he didn't saw it on my shirt. But it's like, yeah, it's Preston. He's like, well, thanks for bringing the applesauce. I was like, no problem. So, the Bulls went on to lose games 3 and 4, and then 5 was, the infamous flu game where, he scored 38 and hit the game-winning 3 and, was deathly ill. But before that game, he was back in the back of the locker room, just laying on a trainer's table, and anybody who says he wasn't sick that night is out of their mind, because he was he was back there with just moaning and rolling around. And
if I had the flu, I would not want to eat applesauce. Did he eat your applesauce this time?
He didn't before the game at that point, but he actually at halftime came in and sat down in front of his locker and was just, deathly ill, just kind of like hunched over, and he goes, he actually asked me, like, where's that applesauce? And
oh my God.
I ran back to the part of the arena he had been in and back to the trainer's room and grabbed it, and he's like, I need a spoon. So I actually went out sprinting to the media room and grabbed a spoon and came back within about 2 minutes and gave it to him. He actually ate 3 cups of it at halftime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the weird. But, you would think that after finding out that you couldn't get applesauce in Utah at that time, that this time maybe his trainer would have remembered some of the applesauce, but he didn't. You did.
Well, his trainer may have had it too, but, I just had it there readily available in his locker, and I mainly did it, so he'd remember me.
Okay.
Just to kind of be funny, so.
He's got the flu. This is the finals. This is the big deal. He smiled at your applesauce. You say to him, are you going to do anything with your shoes after the game? Did you say that sentence to him for real?
I actually did. Well, he was back in the back, just kind of, he was very sick, and I was back there. I was the only one back there with him for a few minutes, helping him fill out his ticket jackets to take his tickets to will call for his friends and family. And, the lights were dim, and he had a really bad headache as well. And so I was kind of filling those out for him, and I got up to leave to take the tickets to will call, and I kind of hesitated. I was like, I want to ask him for his shoes. But I'd kind of developed a relationship with him at that point, so I felt comfortable doing it. But then I hesitated, and I think he could sense that I had hesitated leaving the room, and he actually said, do you need something? And I walked back over and kind of leaned down towards him so no one else would really hear, because, it was kind of quiet in there. And I just said, hey, Mike, are you doing anything with your shoes after the game? And he just looked up at me.
Can you believe that?
I know.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I was even asking, honestly. I didn't know what his reaction would be. But
for some reason,
up at me and he goes, do you want them? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, I'd be honored. And he's like, they're yours. So I think I about peed my pants at that point, but with excitement. But I took his tickets up to will call, and he went on to score 38 and hit the game-winning 3. It was incredible.
I'm trying to figure out the story now. So they say in The Last Dance, the pizza that Michael Jordan ate, which led to his flu game, a.k.a. flu game / poison pizza game, was rectified and cleaned up by some applesauce that the ball boy gave him, and he got a pair of shoes out of it.
I mean,
where's the follow-up in this? In the documentary, where's the follow-up in that? Talk about my follow-up in your chlamydia problem. Where's the follow-up in the documentary where the guy's saying, hey, wait a minute, Michael, they said your pizza was poisoned. What do you mean by that? What? Did you ever follow up on that? Was it really poison? No, they didn't.
And then you got to pay the consequences if you eat an entire pizza by yourself.
A whole pizza before a game. A guy who's trained, he's got his trainer in there. He watches what he eats. His body's a temple. He's sitting there and he eats a whole pizza. Nothing fishy about that there. That's a lie.
Let's play ball.
Yeah, that's a lie right there. Right there, that is a lie. Michael Jordan.
Now I'm going to play baseball, and you can most definitely, positively kiss my black eye.
That's right. You heard him. Kiss his black ass. Yeah. Yeah. Poison. You weren't poisoned.
George, myself.
Yes.
Tim.
Yeah.
And I think a couple of security guys.
Right.
The night before the game, we were all in Michael's room, hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like 10:30 at night. Right. I'm hungry.
No room service. Michael gets hungry. So, all right, so we're calling all these different places. George and I are looking around.
Yeah, we got
find
that.
One pizza place
Got it.
open. One.
So we ordered a pizza. And when the pizza came, there was 4 or 5 guys outside the door.
Yeah.
5 guys.
4 or
delivering
5
one
guys.
pizza.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very rare that you get 5 delivery guys from, the pizza place to bring you your pizza.
And they're all trying to look in, and, everybody knew it was my... So I take the pizza, I pay them, and I put this pizza down, and I said, I got a bad feeling about this.
I eat the pizza all by myself. Nobody else eats it. Eat the pizza. I wake up about 2:30, throwing up left and right.
3 o'clock in the morning, I get a call. My room, hey man, come to the room right now. All right, I get into him. He's literally curled up in a ball, shaking. He goes, man, find a team doc now.
So it really wasn't a flu game. It was food poisoning.
Food poisoning, see? He said he was poisoned. Who do you believe?
I am Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Right.
I am the greatest basketball player in the damn world.
That's right.
I can do whatever the hell I want.
That's right.
Now, get out of my face.
Exactly right. Don't worry about it. If you're Michael Jordan, you tell any lie you want. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Doesn't matter to me.
What a dead-on impression.
It's dead. What do you mean? That was an impression of Michael Jordan? What are you talking about? Was that an impression?
I think it was.
Hey, did we get that pizza? We got a pizza coming here for us today, didn't we? I told Shorty to order it.
I want a medium cheese and sausage. I have a buy one, get one free coupon. I want to order a medium cheese and sausage. I got a coupon, buy one, get one free. Please hurry. Could y'all call back and tell me when y'all going to deliver, because I'm tired of waiting. Yes, could you please call Shirley? I want to know if you're going to bring the pizza out, because if you're not, I don't want to be sitting here waiting. You motherfuckers be burned. I called yesterday and you motherfuckers didn't never deliver my pizza.
We're not getting it then.
That'll do it for this edition of the Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast. Listen to Johnny B streaming and get Showcast episodes on demand at BrandmeierShow.com. You can also get Brandmeier on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and just about anywhere podcasts can be found. Be sure to subscribe, and if you like what you hear, leave a 5-star review. Follow us for news, updates, links to the latest episodes, and more at BrandmeierShow.com and Facebook.com/Brandmeier Show. Leave Johnny B a voicemail at 833-LOON-LINE. That's 833-566-6546. The Loon Line's open 24 hours a day for entertaining, not complaining. I'm Jimmy Mack. Hey, if you're into Star Wars, check out my show, Rebel Force Radio, featuring Star Wars news, commentary, and celebrity interviews at rebelforceradio.com. Thanks for listening to the Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast, in the air, everywhere. Click.